Hey everyone, we are live on Facebook and I'm just waiting to be live on YouTube. The chat you see on the screen, there we're live, is from YouTube. So if you want your chat in the video, hop on over to youtube.com/melodylane. Okay, so today we're going to be doing Cricut embossing. And we're going to be watercoloring with the markers. With Arteza markers. My mind is everywhere today. Arteza. It's been a day. It's been a day. Let's just say that. Arteza watercolor markers. And so today I used them for the very first time. I bought these a while ago. Ken's Creations did a video on the Arteza watercolor brush markers. And so I fell in love with them and purchased them. And I purchased some watercolor paper and I purchased some woodless color watercolor pencils and some hair chalk and some other things. And I was invited to get an affiliate link with them. So I asked them, they wanted to send me some markers. I already got the markers. Can I have the case? So I got the case for the 96 markers. So I'm going to show you that too. So this, I just did this afternoon. This was the very first time I ever used the markers. I am not an artist, okay? The Cricut drew this. Let me be honest and show you what the Cricut first drew. I embossed this. I used an embossing pen in the Cricut, and this is what it first turned out. And I'm like, oh, I don't like that. It's too much detail and stuff. So I took a lot of the detail out. Can you see? Wait a minute. Let's put this. No, I'm looking at this backwards. There we go. See the black in the picture on the right, this one? That it has a lot less black because I took the detail out in the black. And so I shared the design space file with you in the description of the video. It's just an access image. I didn't do anything to the image except for take out all that detail, because with all that detail, there's nothing left to color. So we're going to do the same thing today. And I thought this was so awesome. Look at those scales. Like, I didn't even do a great job at it because I don't know. It just, I'm not an artist, but it looks awesome. And it was so easy to do. Anybody can do this. So I just wanted to show you how. So we're going to do it online. I haven't done the embossing yet. I haven't had the Cricut write it. I thought, let's all do it together. Oh, and the watercolor pens. Watercolor brushes. There's a pack of 6 of these. So I used some different sizes on this, so we'll be using that today. And let me take you over here first. Whoops, wrong one. So that's the project that I did. This is what it looks like colored from Cricut. And I added this into the file so I could see, because I wasn't sure how to color the rock that she's sitting on. Let me show you what this looks like, though. The changes that I made in it. We're going to see. Bring this mermaid draw in. There she is. So I'll bring this back in. So I took out all this detail. It actually has a cutout, so you could actually cut out the mermaid. Like all around the mermaid, it will cut everything out. But I wanted to do a whole water scene, so I actually didn't have the Cricut cut at all. It only drew. So what I did is I hid the outer piece and then just had this draw on the screen. But I took out all this detail so I would have something to color. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of that. So we're going to go ahead and, oh, we need to hide this because I don't want to cut that out. And we're going to hit make it. And I'm going to actually move this and move it a little lower and hit continue. And you know what? Because I'm not cutting, it doesn't even matter what I choose. I'm just going to choose cardstock. And then I'm going to insert the pen. Let me show you what pen I'm going to use. Okay, so there's links to all of these down in the description. Oh, and for all the Arteza products, I have a coupon code where you save 10%. So the code is Melody Lane 1. It's in the description. And that is only good, I think, till January 14th. So you need to shop before then to save your 10%. And you save it off the sale prices. These prices on these things are amazing. This is not Arteza. This one's Ranger. This is an embossing pen. Oh, wait, not this one. Not using this one. I'm using this one. The Emboss It pen. There is a link in the description. This is a clear one. And we are using the Arteza watercolor sheets. I bought 3 packs of these. Linda, thanks for subscribing. When I bought the markers and stuff. And this is really nice because you can rip the things out. So I'm gonna, you can keep it in the book and use the watercolors. And I'm just gonna rip this out. It has perforated marks. My dogs are snoring again. And that comes out so easy. And it also has a texture side. I don't think you can see that. It's a little bit textured, and then this side is a little smoother. I'm going to use it on the smooth side. I see a question, what's an embossing pen? An embossing pen is a pen that has embossing ink on it, and then you use embossing powder. So I'm going to sprinkle this powder on it, and then use a heat gun on it. So if you've never seen heat embossing, you're in for a treat. So I'm going to use my green mat. Put this on my mat. And while this is writing, I'm going to show you how the pens come and then show you the case. And then when we're done, we're going to put these pens in the case together. Okay, so I'm going to put this in my machine. I'll move this up. See, this one's just a clear, but it comes in a pack with a clear and a black one. I don't know where my black one is. I haven't had it since I moved. So we're going to close that up, hit go. Yeah, the embossing pen fits in the maker. There's a link below for it on Amazon. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to use my embossing buddy on it. I forget that about half the time. Let me bring this down. You can't see what it's actually doing because it's clear. So this is an embossing buddy. It's a little pouch that has powder in it, and what that does is it keeps this powder from sticking to parts of the paper that you don't want it. So I just might have a little bit of powder stuck to some of the paper. Maybe I can take it off with one of these brushes. I don't know, we'll see. These brushes are great. Look at how wide this is. I used this part on the water, like I had lots of space to do that, and then I used smaller ones inside. I've never seen a water brush that wide. Oh, and it's done. So this pen dries in 10 minutes. So I'm going to put the lid on this so we don't dry that up. And you can't see anything that this did. We're going to take that off, stick that under the machine. And then I suggest fine embossing powder, black embossing powder. I'm going to sprinkle this on. Uh-oh. It didn't do anything. I must not have put the pen down far enough. It felt like it was down too far, so I lifted it up a little. Okay, we get to do it again. That means I have a better chance to remember the embossing buddy. Okay. So I'm going to rub the embossing buddy on it. It didn't even touch the paper. That's the first time I ever did it that way. And I don't know because it wasn't. Okay, this time I'm going to push it down further. There we go. Put this back on the mat. And we're going to try that again. Yes, it was meant to happen. So now my picture will turn out better because I won't have the embossing powder on it. Oh, we all make mistakes. Okay, I can see it on there now. So here's the box that this comes in, a big, nice acrylic box, and it has all the names, sorry about that glare, and the colors on the back. It has 3 skin tones, which are amazing. That's what I used on her. I think I only used 2 of them. And I watched a video about this, and the one thing they didn't like about that in the video I watched is they didn't have names. These have names. So maybe they added names to them. This is the 96 set. Turtle green. And I used denim blue on this water down here. I thought that was like a really good color. I was trying to go darker to lighter. Okay, now let's try this again. Okay, now I can see it on there. I don't know if you guys can see it. Can you see it? I don't think you can. All right. Look at that. Oh no, I got a mess on my desk. Callie, can you give me some baby wipes? Okay. We're going to clean this off my desk. See, this doesn't happen when I'm not in video. I want to get this all off so it doesn't melt it to my mat. Okay. Now we're going to use the heat gun and melt this. Who here has never heat embossed? Raise your hand if you've never heat embossed. My assistants are raising their hands. Okay. So what this does is it melts. These are tiny little pieces of plastic, and the heat will melt them. And you can see it kind of turn shiny. I don't know if you can see this. I'm gonna see if you can. Oh, I don't think you can see the. Well, see the little shine at the right, on the right side that I did, and on the left there's no shine. And I'm gonna tell you the reason I'm heat embossing is because it makes it so much easier to watercolor. It makes it look like I'm an artist. Okay. Now we're done with this. So what it does is it helps. I don't know if you can see the shine on all the black that's embossed, and it helps when you're watercoloring to keep it from going into the other areas. It makes you color in the lines. It's amazing. Okay. So these markers, let's start with the hair. I like these little trays they come in, but I really like the case a lot better. These are pinks, these are greens, and these are orange. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trays of these. There's so many colors. We're gonna start with some of these. Punch pink. Actually, I'm gonna start with one next to it. Cadmium orange. Oh, and I like to have another color or another paper to see some of the color before I put it down. I'm gonna start with this one. And looking at the finished one, can kind of see what you like. And let me show you the brush on this. It's not felt, it's a real brush with real bristles. So I really like those kind of brushes. You can do a fatter stroke or you can do a real thin stroke. You'll see on some of these I'm gonna do really thin strokes. And don't forget to do her hair down here. I forgot, I got the first one done and I didn't do any of her hair down there. And then I'm going to switch to another color. I like to put layers. I don't like to just do one solid color. And in the Design Space one, her hair is actually blonde. But I don't know, I think mermaids are pretty with red. This one, Orange Rust. Let's put some of this one on here. This is actually a good one for hair. The Orange Rust. And Autumn Red. This is a darker one. So I'm going to do a little darker, like closer to the root of the hair and behind her. If she was an older mermaid, like me, she would have more white roots, like I do. Okay, now I'm going to take a water brush. Somebody's asking if they're only for use with watercolor paper. You could do them on any paper you want. They probably blend best and work best on watercolor paper. Now I'm not squeezing any of the water out of this pen. I did put water in it earlier. Sorry, I can't read your chat when I'm coloring. And then I have a paper towel over here, and I just rubbed that on, and it's totally clean. I was going to push some water through it to clean it, but I didn't even need to. Tisha did what come with the kit? The markers all came by themselves, and then these came separate. And you can also add water to these and wipe this off too, if you want it like a little lighter. Let me show you. Add more water. Let's lighten her hair up just to show you how. It lightened it up a little. Carly's having a bad dream. Okay, and her face, I'm going to give her green eyes. These are Arteza watercolor pens. This is forest green. Let me see. I want a brighter green. parakeet green. Yeah. So for her eye, I'm just going to give her a little dot. I did not have the embossing go all the way around her eye because on this one it was just too much and it like gave her a black eye. And that's all I'm going to do for her eye. Here she is up close. And I'm going to let this dry on her eyes before I do her face. So I'm going to go ahead and do her bikini top. What color do you want me to do her bikini top? Do you want to do greens, blues, pinks? What do you guys want? There's going to be like a little bit of a delay. Yeah, these pens have water in them, so you can watercolor, like water paint with them. And I will show you, you can even, I use the scrap piece of acetate and put marker on here and then use my water pen to paint with. Purple. All right, we got 3 purples in a row. I didn't even say purple, but you guys know I love purple. All right, let's try it purple. I haven't used any of these purples yet. It's kind of a bright purple. Let's see what this one is. Eggplant purple. Okay, let me go around the edge with this. And not that one. We're gonna do this one. This one has a smaller tip on it. And it blends in the color. And it has a lot of water on it. So I'm gonna dry that a little and go and do it again. And then I'm going to go in there with another purple amethyst. Let's see what this one looks like. Oh, it's still too much water. And that one's too light. I've never used these purples before. So I'm going to add some more dark. And then go in with the light one. There we go. That's cute. And oh, I'm going to do, on this other one, I'm going to do her scales. So I added scales and I let them dry a little bit before I went over them with the water. And I think I use this color. This is electric blue. You know what? I think I might have used this one. Turtle green. That's what I used. I remember because it had a turtle in the name. So I'm just going to draw scales. I'm not even going to do a good job because I didn't on the other one. And you can do really fine lines or you can do really thick lines. That's what I love about these markers. And then I'm going to look at the picture in Design Space. Let me show you. I'm going to look at this one. Okay, so I was looking at this fin. Although I did mine really different. And I like the way I did mine. So I'm just drawing these little things like the picture kind of had. But I'm not doing it in there, even though the picture had them in there. And then I'm going to go around the edge with this. Okay, now I'm going to use, this is kind of a medium point water brush. I don't know if these have numbers on them. I don't think they do. So it's kind of a, I don't know if you can see that. Just kind of blending out the color. And then we're going to go in here. See, I didn't even color in this area here. I only colored around it. See? Okay, now I'm going to go over this area. Or I think I want to wait. I want to let that dry a little more, and let's go do the face. And on this one, I don't know, I did the lips a little too big. Can you see the lips? They're a little way too big, so I'm going to try to do them a little less. Okay, this is Pale Skin. I'm going to go around her face first with Light Skin. And I'm leaving the middle of her face without any color for right now. Then I'm going to go over the top of her arm. And her hand. And her belly. Then I'm going to do a little bit of light skin. And I'm going to do, this one is fair skin. So this is the darkest. And put some on top of her shoulders, like she's been out in the sun, which she's a mermaid, so she probably hasn't been out in the sun too much. But hey. Maybe around her cheeks. And then I'm going to take the skinny water brush and kind of blend some of that in. And then I'm going to pat it with a paper towel. And I'm going to go over with the fair skin on her face a little more. She still needs her nose and her belly button. Her lips look like Fran from TV. There are 3 different skin tones. But there was, what did I use for the belly button and the nose? I used something else. I think I used this. So this is Autumn Red. I'm going to use for the belly button. And just barely touch that. Can you see that? See her belly button? And then I'm going to make her little nose. She has a little different nose than the other one. Okay, now we're going to add some lips to her. Has anyone ever used these markers? What color is this one? This is Current Red. Maybe I should take away that line for her smile. It almost looks like a mustache. I have to take off that line and just draw her own mouth in. Okay, let's go over the scales. I'm going to use the medium point water brush that I used on her fin. And I don't want to blend all the scales in. I still want to see them a little bit. That's why I waited to let them dry, and I'm just barely going over them. So that's her there. Now we're almost done. All we have left is the rock. So here's the finished one that I did earlier. Okay, for the rock, let me see what I used. This has really nice, I don't know if you can see these colors. Like these are really earthy tone colors, which I liked. I used, this one is Grape Purple, which is a really dark brownish. So I mixed a little bit of this grape and the darkest brown in these areas. So this is the grape one. See how it's kind of almost brown? And I'm just, look, I'm scribbling, guys. You don't have to be a great colorist if you emboss it first, because it kind of just stays in the lines. And I'm just looking at the picture they have on Design Space. And then I'm going over it with walnut brown. This is the darkest part of the rock. And I'm going to brush this a little bit. I'm going to use the medium point one I used before. I have the Zig Real True Brush markers that are a lot like these. These have more colors than the Zig ones. I haven't used those Zig ones in a long time. But these seem like they have more color. They have like more, almost like more pigment in them. And they, well, I only have the 80 pack. I was thinking the Zig only has 80 colors. That's the one I have. Oh, you know what I did before? I just went like this. I think I did end up coloring that too, but you can just blend in some of the color here. It's like you can save your marker, save your ink. Just use the water and blend it. See how fast that was? I could be done if I wanted to be. I want to add, what's this one? Chocolate. I'm going to add a little bit of chocolate in here. I don't want a lot. The more colors you layer and the more colors you put in there, the better it looks, I think. In nature, things are not one solid color. So I'm just kind of spreading this out. Does it look like I'm like really, this is hard to paint? Doesn't this look easy? It really is. And if you just do it, this was my practice one. This is the first time using these markers. I thought I better use them before we do this video. Here's the one I did earlier. And you can use the Zig with these. So if you have some Zigs, you can intermix them too. Okay, so now we're gonna do the ocean. I'm gonna get our blues out. I need to put these away. You guys, I'm not very good at this. Let's try to put them in order because when we put them in the case, I want them in some kind of an order. Okay, blues. denim blue at the bottom. I love this denim blue for the ocean. And where's my paper? This is the paper I used earlier. I just don't want to get color on my mat. So you can just scribble. You can also put some color down, or not color, water. And color on top of that too. And then I also added some other blue. This is sapphire blue. Boy, that really blends in. Is there a darker blue? This is periwinkle. Yeah, let's put some of this down here at the bottom. And I'm just barely touching the page. Okay, I'm going to use my smaller tip brush and I'm going to go in here and blend in these areas. I'm actually going to go right in here because there's a shadow from the rock and go a little darker. But I'll have different shades in here. So I'm just going right up into my embossing. And I'm going to pinch that a little, get some more water in there. And this is cyan blue. So we're going to start to go a little lighter. I'm going to use the big fat brush now. And with these, you don't squeeze anywhere. This is really hard. You just squeeze a little bit right here. I just give it one squeeze. And you should actually squeeze it when it's down, not when it's going up. So now I'm going to start going up further. I'm pulling some of the color up. Okay, now I'm going to use the smaller brush around her so I don't mess up and get her orange hair mixed in with the water. Oh, and another thing, let me show you what I did on the other one too. So I have, this is just a scrap piece of acetate. I think it was from that big box I made on the 11th day of Christmas. So I'm just putting the marker on the acetate. I'm going to blend in a few colors together. And then kind of just pick it up. And then I can go in here. It has a lot of color on there. So I'm just picking up more color on the acetate. Going around her real carefully. But really not real carefully because she's embossed. So I'm using Arteza watercolor paper for those of you that just joined. No, these are not dripping at all. I've used other brands of watercolors. These are the best watercolor brushes I've ever used. Okay, where's my big brush? So I'm going to grab more of this ink and I'm going to hold this up just so I... Okay. Now to clean this brush, I'm just wiping it on a paper towel. I did not even squeeze any water out, and look, it's clean. You know, there's no more color coming off of it. It's not stained. I didn't even have to push water out of it. I want to go a little darker underneath the rocks because if the sun is shining down in the ocean, it would have a little bit of a shadow under here, right? So I'm going in with the denim blue. And I'm going to go darker right underneath the tail a little bit. And under here. Just creating a little bit of a shadow. And I'm going to use the medium pen, water brush. These are like almost foolproof. Well, if you have your picture embossed for you. But you could do this with stamps and use embossing pens and, not embossing pens, embossing ink and stamps. Add a little more blue up here. Blue in here. All right. Okay. There she is. Here's the one I did earlier. And they look a little different. Okay. Now, let me show you this case. Okay, wait. Let's move this wet acetate out of the way. Let's put these pens away. So this case holds the 96 markers and more. You could put water pens up here, up in here too, and it has a pocket. So it has this that comes off, and look at how many pens this holds. So like if you wanted to travel with these, you could like just use this. Like you could put these in here and then just take that with you if you're just going to color with some of them. And then you can fold these up like this. And then these fold up, somehow that folds up and it will stand up. And this Velcro closes. There's a pocket on the back. There's a shoulder strap. Nice little pocket. Oh, and is there a pocket? No, there's not on the side. So the side goes like that. And this side goes like that. So you have them like that. So there's links to these in the description below. I'm going to, what am I going to do? I want to put these earth toned ones in here. So do you guys have any questions? There's a link below in the description for the website. There's no app that I know of. Yeah, it's only $66.99 for the set of 96. Let me take you to the website. Here we go. So if you just want a set of 12 or 24 or 48 or 96, this is what I have. I also have these markers. Oh yeah, I was playing with these earlier. Well, I'll show you those in a minute. These are wine glass metallic markers. They do wash off though, if you wash them off. So they're not permanent. And I also have the pencils. I've never opened the pencils. The woodless pencils. So here's the case. This case was $79.97. It's only $23.99. And with my code, Melody Lane 1, you get 10% off everything you buy. The pencils. How much are the pencils? Here's the pencils I bought. And there's videos. So you can see they have a video for almost all their projects.
Right.
Okay, we're not going to show the video right now. So these are $24.99. They were $83.30. You guys, good art supplies are really expensive, but these, they give you a really good deal. And these are the markers I have. So they were $23. And I know I paid way over $100 for my Zig markers, and I didn't even get as many. So these are only $66.99, and if you use my code, you get 10% off. And there's a link in the description of the video, and on Facebook in the pinned comment, and pinned comment on YouTube. So if you go to the comment section of the video, you'll see it there too. I do get 10%. Commission. I don't know what my commission is. I get some commission on it, but you get 10% off of the product. So I do get a small commission for it if you go through my link only. All right, let's play with the case. Let's put these in here. So if you have any questions, I'm looking at the chat. I think I can look at the chat and put these in. Let's see how easy it is to put in. Very easy. And I'm going to put them in the way they came, like in the same, because I think they're in a really good color coding system this way. And you can keep them just in the trays they come in. You don't have to have the case. And then it has these colors. So I think what I'm going to do is cut this back piece off with all the names of the colors and put that in the case. Or you can just carry this case too. But I think this is nice. I can carry it to the couch. And I can color without making a mess, because like sitting on the couch to color with these, it's more difficult, I think. But I could do it with this case. Okay, now this one don't work. There we go. I think it's a sale price. So there's extra room here. And I think I'm going to keep that extra room there. And which ones do I want to go next? Let's do these. So I'm going to put these here, and these I'm going to stand up. This, oh, you know what? I should have put them in the other way. So when they're closed, when it's up, I can see the color. I did it backwards. So now I'm going to put these in the right way. The links I just posted in the chat are in the description of the post also. So now when you guys do this and put these in your case, you can remember how to do it correctly, not the way I started doing it. So then when this is closed, you want to see the colors. And I can see the colors a lot better, I think, than in the tray. So we are going to flip these over. I feel like I'm making them dance. I'm going to push all these up. Oops. I didn't put that cap on that one very well. The blue water brush pens and the red ones. I don't know the difference. I didn't see blue ones. It might say in the description if there's a difference. The red ones, they come in a set of 6. They may have just repackaged them into blue. I don't know. There. Now we have those. I can even these all up. Okay, we got yellows. Let's go to green next. Okay, let me move these. I can take these out and put them in this way. Nope, this way. I really like these the water brush pens, because they don't drip. Because I've had them before where they just drip all over and too much water comes out. And these have a longer bristle, I think, than the Zig ones. And when you put these in, make sure you put them in so this little clip here is on the top. Otherwise, they're starting to spread out more on top. And that's because I'm putting them in wrong. Don't you guys love coming to my videos to learn from my mistakes? Alrighty, what's next? Blue? Yep, let's do blue. So in my case, it would be like this. So blue will go here. Oh, thanks, Brianna. She said she tagged me in an Instagram photo with the chart for the Arteza watercolor brush pens that she designed. Awesome. Okay, in the chat, you guys can read the difference in the different brushes. Yeah, I really like the red ones. I have not tried their other brand or the other colors. Okay, so we want these to stand up this way with the colors this way. So I'm going to put these in like this. And remember, have this part up here. Okay, now I really just want to color all day. Has anyone watching never watercolored at all, ever? This must be a light gray. What's this called? Ice blue. Can you see that? It's like ice blue. It's really light. You guys, this is really the first day I've ever played with these. So I haven't had time. I feel like this is playing and not working. Okay, they're saying the green ones, you have to squeeze the barrel. See, on these, you cannot squeeze the barrel. It's too hard. It has just a little button here, so you won't accidentally squeeze when you don't want to. Okay, who here has never painted or watercolored, but think they can with these markers? Telling you, they make it so easy. For those of you that just joined, I did these and I embossed them. They are embossed. And the embossing helps a whole lot. Okay, blue. I'm going to do purple. I'm missing one. That's right here. So we want blue. Stick up. And you can just buy the set of 12. How much is the set of 12? Let me see. These would be great even for kids to start. Okay, the set of 12, let's look at it really fast. It's only $14.99, but you get 10% off with my code. Limited stock. Here's the colors. Ooh, that's pretty. So, and when you use the water brush on them, you can blend in the colors too. Oh, let me show you something really fast. something you can do with these that you can also do with the zig that I really like. I'm going to take this yellow one and a pink one. I think it's called Marry Them. I don't know. I'm going to make them kiss. See, I'm rubbing them together. They're kissing. They're watercolor kissing. Okay. Now look. How cool is that? And then it just cleans off. Back to yellow. Isn't that cool? And I don't know if this one, oh yeah, it does change. This is the rough side of the watercolor paper. That's so cool. So you can rub them together. And then you get an ombre effect. So pretty. Okay, I'll put this back. Thanks for subscribing. Yeah, these are way cheaper. These are an amazing price. And these also have a name on them. So they each have a name, because I did watch a video on these to see what other people thought of them and how they use them. And some of the cons were there was no name on each marker. Now they have them. And the design space file for the mermaid is in the description below too. So you guys get that file. It's just an access image, but I used contour on it and took out a lot of the detail lines, because to emboss it, you don't want all the detail lines. So these are the ones I did. And then this is the one I didn't take out the details line. This is how the image comes. And it's just not as pretty as these images. There'd be a lot less coloring to do. It's like her eyes are black, her lips are black, some of her hair is black. There's too much black in there. Too much in there. So I did it like that. Hi, Sheila. We just colored with Arteza markers. Look what I colored. Aren't they pretty? I did this one earlier. This was the first time using the markers. I had to play with them. And this was another one. They are not refillable. And see, now you can take this out and color with all these. And that goes there. And we got one more tray and then we're done. And I'm gonna put them in this one. These out to put these in. Whoops, didn't put the lid on this one very well. And I just ordered the black embossing pen because, like I said, I don't know. Since I moved, I haven't found that. So I ordered one, and then I'm going to try it with glitter, a sparkle or holographic embossing powder on top of the black. Maybe I'll do a unicorn. That would be fun. Did you guys see the video? I bought a unicorn for my dogs. A walking unicorn. My dogs didn't like it very well. They don't appreciate a good present. I even gave it to them before Christmas. I don't think they disliked it. They just didn't love it. All right, we're done. Okay, let's put this in here. Flip this out, flip that out. Look at all these markers. Doesn't this just make you want to play? Makes me want to play. Awesome. And I could stick this in here. Come on. There we go. I think I can maybe even iron on this bag. Cool. So you can take these off if you want and just have a carrying case here. It has a pocket back here. I don't know if these are kind of big. Oh yeah, they fit in there. You can put more pencil or water brushes in here. Isn't that cool? And these, let me get these. These are the woodless colored pencils. So we'll take this out another day. Let me know if you want to see a video with me using these. Never used them yet, but comment below or comment in the chat and let me know if you want to watch me color. How long do they last? I don't know. They seem to have a lot of ink in them. I just opened them today. Would that pen holder hold pencils too? I think maybe. Let me see. I think it would. These are kind of tight, so it probably would. Isn't this fun? That just makes me happy just to look at these. So those of you who just joined at the end, we colored these today. Right there and there. I colored this one live. This one I did before. But I think the watercolors are so much fun to color. You would like to see a video of the pencils. Okay. We'll try that next. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for joining me today. And remember, I have a discount code for Arteza in the description below. And I will see you Thursday in another video. Bye, guys.